Hi, it's Grimigio with Luxury Gaming, and we are here with Dimitar Petrov. He piloted Invoked Dogmatika in the LCS 11 event. There is 223 players in the event. There's only 2 days to test before the event actually took off due to the ban list kind of coming in last minute. But definitely the tournament wasn't going to happen until the ban list. So it was really cool to see like all the older strategies plus new strategies coming back into the format. But go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello guys, I'm Dimitar Petrov from Team 100% and from the country Bulgaria. I got top 8 with Invoked Dogmatika and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Got you. Do you have any shout outs before we start up?
Alright, so for the shoutouts, I would like to shout out in general 100%. People I forgot to shout out like Dennis Hager, Don Carlo, Satan's Brayton, Charlie, Bodo, Archie, Dinka Hui. Also, congratulations to Ben. Big shout out to him for winning the event. And shout out to lastly to Ivan Suk, who helped me with the list. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Got you. Well, let's jump right into it.
Alright, so for the most part, it's pretty standard. Yeah, it's the pretty standard invoked stuff, like it's triple Alistair, triple Ecclesia. I thought about cutting like to 2, discard to 2, but this card is just too important. Like, I wanted to get to the both parts of the Dogmatica stuff most of the time, like to get to punishment. And yeah, I think triple Ecclesia was the call. Double Maximus, like I thought about playing or cut to 1, but I think 2 was the perfect ratio. I think this card was just. I didn't want to open too much Dogmatica stuff for uh, I like none because the deck like needs to open this to see its power play. So I think 2 was the correct choice for this part. I didn't break on too many Dogmatica cards the entire tournament, so it was correct. Triple Meltdown, that's standard also. Triple Nibiru, it's for the Dragon Link, it's pretty standard. It's just the best, like, it's just the best hand trap against Dragon Link right now. Triple R's, that's generic and standard. One Fleur release. I thought about cutting this card the night before LCS just because it's a brick, but after testing like for some matchups and in general, Dogmatica Engine needs this card when you send Ash Dragon, like, and to push it. And yeah, this card just was insane in the weekend. Yeah, just one time I just couldn't win without it. Like, I'm pretty sure most of the games, like, I use a Fleur release to win. Like, this card is worth it. Despite being a brick, it's totally worth it to play. Triple Impermanence, that's standard. I thought about playing Ghost Ogre instead of this, but I think Impermanence covers more matchups. So I decided to side the Ghost Ogre instead. And yeah, it was the correct choice. Impermanence was insane for like mirror match, for example. And yeah, Impermanence won me a mirror match where my opponent had tactic talents and he couldn't use it because of Impermanence. So yeah, Impermanence was the good choice. One code by that standard, you need to stop hand traps. Double Invocation. So here I wanted to like play one Invocation just because I don't play Desires in this list. And like, this card can be a brick sometimes. And I think this deck like needs a lot of consistency. And I think like Double Invocation and Fleur Release are like the 3 bricks in this deck. But I tested one Invocation the night before LCS. And like, when I got Lancet, stopped by that, and I used my Dogmatica engine, like after that I don't have Invocation to like start my plays. So I think Double Invocation was the correct choice. And yeah, I got Lancet a couple of times in a tournament, and I definitely needed Double Invocation. So yeah, this was the correct ratio. Triple Nadir, that's standard to get your Dogmatica Angel. Triple Prosperity, so here I thought about playing both Desires and Prosperity, but after testing, I think Desires wasn't that great. It can kill your like Dogmatica engine, like the Fleur release, which is important to have, and like maybe multiple invocations, it can kill them as well with some backhands. So I think only Prosperity was correct for the consistency of the deck. There's plenty of cards you like you won't miss during the game. It depends on the matchup, of course, what you banish. But yeah, Prosperity was the better choice. You never really like miss something too much from the extra deck when you banish. So yeah, Prosperity was pretty good this tournament. The one Terraforming, so as Terraforming I only played Meltdown as target. I thought about playing Mystic Mine, but like I didn't think, I didn't play Harpy's Feather Duster main, for example, just because when I activate Mine, I pass a couple of turns versus combo, and like eventually I have to kill, but I can't kill through the 5 back rolls, which may interrupt me during that. So I needed card like Harpy's Feather Duster in my deck to eventually like clear the back row and summon, let's say, Purgatrio and OTK, but I couldn't find a space for Harpy's Feather Duster. And I think it was correct to not run mine. I didn't miss in the tournament. Next card is Cosmic Cyclone. I thought about playing Ghost Ogre as 12th hand trap main, but like I expected more decks than Dragon Link to be popular, like Dinosaur, for example. And like they play Mystic Mine main, and if you don't run an out main, you just instantly lose game one. It's pretty bad, I think. Like the matchup is okay, but it's okay, but I think you need to run Cosmic main just for the mine and like Lost World, I guess, and like Eldritch cards. So yeah, Cosmic was pretty good this tournament. Double Punishment. I thought about playing 3 just because it can get you to your like shadow cards when you don't open like Invoked Engine, or to your Dogmatika cards, but like I think 2 was the correct ratio. It was definitely pretty good. I didn't miss the third or like didn't break on too many Dogmatika cards, as I said. So yeah, 2 was the correct ratio. Triple Ice Dragon's Prison. So yeah, this was also like a hand trap, I guess. 12 hand trap. Like I thought about playing 12 hand traps a lot and playing one of these, but eventually I got told, like, discuss it with Ivan, and like, yeah, and we thought about playing this card just because it's insane against every deck right now. It's insane against Zodiac, Eldritch, like the Mirror Match, like Dragon Link, Dinosaur. It's pretty good against everything, so I wanted to make this card. And yeah, it definitely came out a lot. It won a lot of, like, it won against Dragon Link a lot, and Dinosaur it helped a lot. So yeah, this card was the correct choice over Ogre or any other card in general. And the last card is Munch Schism, which is pretty standard, like for the Shadow part. I thought about playing Area for Eldritch, but I couldn't find a space in side deck. Like every card there had its purpose. And yeah, I just played one Eldritch the entire tournament, and I didn't miss Aerial there, so it was pretty good. So do you like to extra deck or side deck?
It's your preference.
Okay, so the side deck, Triple Lancia, that's standard. It's just good against every deck right now. Like, it's good against Tri-Brigade decks, and Dragon Link, Dinosaur, Mirror Match. Like, it's good against everything, so I think that was pretty good side choice, but I didn't see Lancia, like, the entire weekend except one match against Dragon Link. So yeah. One Triple Phantasme, so Phantasme was really good card choice in my opinion, just because against Dragon Link they go like +4 against Dragon Link to draw your hand traps, and post side I play like 17 hand traps, excluding the Phantasme I play 14, so there's pretty good chance I draw like two of them from Phantasme, or in general another hand trap, so it can help me like stop their combo, and next time I can just win, and it can help you on brick. So I think this card was pretty nice the weekend. I resolved it only once, but it was really good. It helped me on brick in Mirror Match, and I won. Double Ghost Ogre. So yeah, after I couldn't find a space in the main deck, I just sided this card just because it's insane against Dragon Link, and I think every other hand trap was just bad, I guess. So I think Ghost Ogre was pretty good. Yeah. For the next card, Triple Tactic Talents. So this card was pretty much like for when people side Draw and Lock and Lance game 2, let's say. Like you can still, maybe you still have Alistair Maybe they have, I mean, two hand traps. Like they use one, you can tactic talents the other one and play, or if you don't have other plays, you can just draw cards. Like from prosperity, it can conflict with prosperity, like because you can't draw. But I think most of the time when you use tactic talents, you just rip the card from their hand, just so you make them not play the game, and then you can win on the next turn with your engine. So yeah, this card was pretty good the entire weekend. And one Harpy's Feather Duster, I thought about playing Third Ogre, but Harpy's Feather Duster was pretty good just because I needed to have 4 back row removals, and like 14 hand traps, excluding the Phantasma again, was pretty good ratio. I saw like 2 plus against my games of Dragon Link, so that was nice. And like with one Harpy's Feather Duster, you play Prosperity, so you can go for 6, and there's like a really high chance you see the Harpy's Feather Duster from your like 40 cards. So yeah, I think it spiked out once. Like I activate Prosperity against Eldritch deck. I think he set 5, and I see Duster. I activate Duster and he destroys all the back rows. So yeah, this came up once. I definitely think this over Third Ogre was correct. And the last card is Triple Judgment. Like, I thought about playing There Can Be Only One or Summon Limit, I guess, but I think Judgment was the best card just because sometimes the deck loses to evenly matched, like as Boa cards or Storm or Dark Ruler, and I got evenly once and Solemn won me the game. And yeah, I think Judgment was just the correct choice on that spot.
Yeah.
The extra deck is like, yeah. The extra deck is pretty standard. Like the one card, like the 2 cards actually are like Link Book for Dinosaur, so I can like play easier under Lost World. So yeah, and the BOS. The liquid with BOS was actually Selene and Access Code, but I think BOS was just the correct choice. It won me my round 6 match where I play against Invoked Shadow. Like I don't have Alistair engine, and I just summon Fleur Release, special Almirage, and go for BOS. And like he can't out 45 BOS except with Gravity Controller, which I ended up using punishment on it. So he didn't have an out in his deck, and like BOS just carried me the entire game in general. So this card was just the correct choice over Selene and Access Code.
Yeah.
And everything else is pretty standard.
Got you. Yeah, so a few questions about, what was the reasoning behind picking this deck out of the variety of decks for this tournament?
Okay, so the reason behind picking this deck was I thought about playing Invoked Shadow just because like the meta after the ban list, like after the virtual world hits, like it's weak to Winda. Like Winda was pretty good against everything. Like it's good against Dinosaur, Dragon Link. But this deck, like on test hand, like I tested that deck a lot, and like it wasn't as consistent as this deck. So like I wanted to play this deck just because it's just more consistent and it can bring out Winda like consistently, more consistent than the Invoked Shadow deck. So yeah, I ended up being correct. This deck was the better choice for the weekend. And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so I think everyone's kind of on the same wave of like after the deck, a few decks got hit on the ban list, or basically not saying they're unplayable, but definitely lost their competitive edge. Impermanent Phantasma came back into the format for sure. So like, how did you feel about playing those cards? And like you stated already, though, like Phantasma has implications against basically Dragon Link, Mirror Match. There's so many decks that you're able to get it to either fix your hand or get to the cards that you need to blow your opponent out.
Yeah, I think Impermanence, as I said, was just the correct choice. The card was pretty insane, I think. I think it can get caught by the grave for one. I mean, it's a one-off, but sometimes it can be sacky. So Impermanence definitely won me a lot of games. I definitely like that card. And yeah, I think, definitely Impermanence main now is probably a correct choice in like a lot of decks, perhaps. For the decks that run a lot of hand traps. Phantasme may move to main deck as well, just because like a lot of decks summon link monsters, and like this deck can brick, so you can fix your hand, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, like you have Dino, Prank Kids, Mirror, Dragon Link. It really depends because there are some decks that don't. Like if you have Phantasme with Eldritch in the main deck, it's kind of weird.
yeah,
Um,
that's kind of weird. But then again, like you can still, I guess you can see some application from it when they like brick. Like
yeah,
when they have one Conquistador and go into Link Spider, that's the only way you can resolve Phantasme. But
yeah,
yeah, it can probably stay inside, but it's good like against most of the decks right now.
yeah, definitely. Is there anything you'd like to say about the tournament or anything else before we wrap it up?
Yeah, the tournament was pretty good. I started 6-0, then round 7 I lost to Ryan Yu, who was on Dinosaur, but I was secured for top cut, so it was pretty chill. And yeah, I think the tournament was pretty nice, very well handled, and yeah, it was a very good weekend as well. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, thank you so much, man, and congrats on your top.
Thank you.
No problem. And guys, don't forget to check out Luxury Gaming on all social media platforms, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout outs to their sponsors, MetaMats and YGO Daily, and I hope you guys have a great day and you guys enjoy the video. And bye.